What's up guys, it's Drew with Coast to Coast Films. When I go to the park, especially when I go to a park with smaller jumps, I see people, wanting to be able to hit jumps, but they're just doing little things wrong. That's everybody when they start out. And one of the most common things I hear beginners say is that they want to be able to hit jumps. And even people that have been riding for a little bit, that are intermediate, I hear that the one thing they want to do is be able to hit jumps. And trust me, I totally get that because jumps are probably my favorite part about snowboarding. I wanted to make a short video just with some tips that could be helpful to people that are starting out hitting jumps or are just beginner snowboarders that are interested in hitting jumps. The first tip I would give you is make sure you're comfortable riding. You should at least be able to get down the mountain at a decent pace and be able to carve on your snowboard edge to edge, heel side edge and toe side edge. If you're an intermediate rider, you can definitely hit small jumps. And if you're a beginner and you're starting to get comfortable on your board, I would say make sure you're pretty comfortable and maybe start off on like a side hit first, see how the side hit goes. If that's pretty easy, then you might be ready for your first small jump. So the first thing, we want to start off small. And the reason for this is they're easier, they're less intimidating, and overall, the consequences are a lot less. So the first thing, you want to stand at the top of the jump and kind of watch someone else who's more experienced than you hit it. Once you watch them hit it, try to gauge their speed. How many turns did they do? Did they slow down at all? Or did they straight line it? When they're doing their setup turns, did they take much speed off or not? Usually with jumps, the more speed, the better. But be careful with that statement. You want to carve in the jump 2 to 3, even 4 carves is generally okay. You'll want to alternate heel and toe side just like your typical carve. For the first jumps, you want to take off flat on your board. I think this is easiest because you're not really thinking about how much edge pressure should I do, and just try to stay balanced and stay, like as you're hitting the jump, just stay balanced, nice and flat, ride straight off. During this whole time, you'll want to keep an athletic stance. When you hit the jump, you're just gonna kind of ride off straight. You don't need to add in pop yet. Do your couple setup carves, whether it's two long ones, 3, or even 4. And then a little bit before you get to the jump, straighten out your board and just ride off straight and try to bring your knees up as you go up in the air. Slowly bring your knees up to your chest and then try to spot the landing. And then once you land, you want to absorb the landing with your body, bend your knees, and kind of just take that impact with your whole body, kind of going with the landing. And then you'll want to generally land flat on your board or on your toes and then ride away. So that's pretty much the main basics of your first jumps. Once you're comfortable with just riding off of it, try to time up a pop at the end of the jump. So you'll generally be, your body's at, athletic, little bent stance. No, we don't want to bend too much, a little bit bent. And then as you're approaching the lip of the jump, the very last part of the jump, you'll want to do a little jump and time that jump so you can get higher in the air. And just pop straight up in the air. And then this will give you even more height, so don't freak out when you're in the air. Your first couple, you definitely might freak out a little bit. But the goal is to keep hitting jumps and just keep doing this. And once you get the pop down, keep hitting the jumps, keep adding in a little bit of pop, keep trying to get your body in a nice position in the air to where it's, you'll feel it. You're supposed to rise up with the trajectory of the jump, bring your knees up. Eventually you'll want to grab your board, try to do that. That shows that you're getting pretty comfortable on the jumps. The more that you hit jumps, the better you're gonna get. So as a beginner, just keep hitting the jumps and keep trying to get more and more comfortable. And then once you're pretty much comfortable hitting the jump straight, adding a little bit of pop, then I would say you'll want to add in some toe side takeoffs. So you'll take off on your toe edge, and then you can add in heel side takeoffs. They're a little bit more difficult, but they will help you out as well. Once you're pretty comfortable doing straight airs, I would say you're ready to try your first frontside 180s and then backside 180s. Once you're comfortable with 180s, then it's time for one of my favorite tricks, which is a 360. The one trick I wanted to talk to you guys about today and get a little in depth on is the backside 360.